Hey, okay, so I'm making this video because obviously I have some things on my mind. Okay, let's talk about how corruption insulates itself, layering uh, safeguards to keep the public from exposing the corruption. Okay? Um, Recently my girlfriend got pulled over and she's performing a FOIA request here in Mahoning County inside the city of Campbell, Ohio. And well, she just simply wants to request body cam footage pertaining to the stop, and she did get convicted of the charge. I'm not going to get into that right now because I need to keep my thoughts in a row here. I'll get back into that later. But she did get convicted of it was a weaving charge. And she's appealing it, possibly going to be seeking a lawsuit. And she's just trying to FOIA request the transcripts. Okay, now the judge and the clerk of courts have both told her that basically she can't do that. That public information is not accessible to the public. The only way it can be made available to her or anyone is if they hire a private third party known as a court transcriber, and her and I agree to pay hundreds of dollars, if not over thousands of dollars for these court transcripts. Now, here's the funny thing. I've looked in other states. I haven't really been able to find too much about Ohio, honestly, but I have found in other states that those transcripts go for dollars, not hundreds of dollars, not thousands, not even tens of dollars. We're talking in some cases 10 cents per page. 10 cents, meaning you could have 10 pages worth of court transcripts for $1. I've seen in certain cases where it was as much as $6.50 per page. Now, I'm not sure what the circumstances are that would make this different from that as far as the 10 cents versus the $6.50 per page. But either way, that's not $500, $1,000. It's not even $100. Like, it's literally something more than likely a $20 bill could cure, But apparently we are definitely not involved in a RICO situation. Like, Lord knows the courts haven't set up a private business where somebody is financially benefiting, because that would be unconstitutional, right? That would be against the law, and a judge would know better, right? So yeah, that wouldn't happen. It's happening. Okay. Now to get on to my next thought, because this is really kind of important as well. And it's more of a national tear I'm about to go on here, okay? Lately there's been a lot of polls about, do people trust the government? Do people back the blue? No. Like, I'm a patriot. I love my country. I don't like my government. I don't trust them. They keep secrets. My government. Okay, let's think about this, okay? Okay, now, if I lie to a police officer, if I lie to a judge, if I lie to any government person or entity, okay, I get charged with a crime. Even when they can't charge, they literally insulated themselves so well that they have a crime that they can charge you with whenever you're not actually committing a crime, called contempt of court. Or disorderly conduct. What the fuck is a disorderly conduct? Who's to say you're out of line? Like, okay, if you're going to go with something as out of line, okay, then we're going by a standard. And who set that standard? Like, where can I read about what is considered the law likes to use the term reasonable, a reasonable expectation of privacy. You have to have reasonable articulable suspicion. What would a reasonable person do in this situation? Okay, well, we're living in crazy times. So, whose reason are we using? We're saying a reasonable person, but, I know judges. Straight up, I know a judge, okay? The girl I'm dating right now. Oh, hang on. I'll get back to that in a second. Let me stay on track here. Let me complete one thought before I get to the next one. Okay, anyways, these cops, they will lie to you in pursuit of their investigation. They tell you all the time, quote unquote, you have to ID to me. And we've seen so many videos on YouTube and other platforms, I'm sure, where it's a complete lie. The person being interrogated and the person that is arrested, detained, or currently going through an in de facto arrest, i.e. being detained, this happens all the time. Cell phones are amazing things. And yet these people continue to lie and harass, like constantly lie and harass us. They'll literally beat on your door, talking to you, and say, well, can you open your door? We just need to talk to you. Okay, well, we're talking right now. The door's not soundproof. Like, what changes when I open this door besides now you can physically assault me? Now there's nothing. I'm no threat to you. Like, you're a police officer. I didn't show up to your home or your job kicking dicks out of your mouth, but yet you come to my home, probably not by yourself, probably a little goon squad of 2 or more, with guns, anytime you feel like. Middle of the night, middle of the day, doesn't matter. Just whenever you feel is appropriate to be there. That's when you guys show up with guns and a goon squad. And you pound on doors and you say, hey, we're just here to talk. We're just here to talk. Okay, well, when people are currently talking to you and you're just not getting the responses you want, that's when they start lying and say, well, can you come to the door? Can you open the door for us? Hey, can you come outside of your property? Can you get out of your car? Things like that. Okay, now think about it. They're already talking to you. Like, you can hear them, they can hear you. You already are engaged in dialogue. And now all of a sudden, it's a problem. Now all of a sudden in conversation, because they're not getting the responses that they want, now all of a sudden they need you to open up a door. They need you to physically be accessible to them. Okay, now why would they want you? If you're not in any trouble, if you haven't done anything, why would they, if you're currently talking to them and they're telling you to basically show yourself, why? What changes besides now there is ample opportunity for a police officer to assault me, a police officer to possibly take my life, lie on me? I already know they're lying to me. Because of the fact that we've been talking and now they're saying, I need you to open the door or I need you to come here or something like that so we can talk. No, we're talking right now. So I already know that you are a professional liar. Okay? There is no trust with the police. Do I believe in law and order? Yes. But when the good guys are more bad guy than good guy? Nah, that's not cool, man. That's not cool. Like, I have rights. Every American citizen has rights. And they find ways to take them from us. Let's talk about the 1968 anti-gun bill that was signed by, I can't remember if it was one of Joe Biden's first acts or maybe it was Hillary Rodham Clinton's father. I can't remember, but I do believe it was one of them too. In 1968, right after the JFK assassination. Okay, now let's look at where we were in history, okay? We have about 200 years of history and tradition up to that point where if you go to prison, you lose your gun rights. You don't have a right to own a gun if you go to prison. But here's the thing. Literally every right is restored to you upon release because you served your time. You paid your debt. So essentially what they did in 1968 was said, if you're convicted of anything higher than a misdemeanor or a misdemeanor that you serve a year and a day behind bars for, you lose the right to protect yourself. Not only do you lose the right to play offense, but you lose the right to play defense. You better be a bad son of a bitch with the hand game, because that's what they're telling you, son. I'm gonna let you know that right now. You cannot defend yourself. You cannot. You can't play offense. It's not a thing for you no more. The only thing you can do is be a meat shield for some other dumb fuck. That's literally what you qualify. That's what you are entitled to do according to the law. Okay, now according to the Constitution, you still have rights, the right to defend yourself and all that good stuff. But according to the law, you lost all that. You lost all that. Okay, now my question is this, okay? According to the federal government, I had